My dear apprentices, in this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the fraction of a set using a tape diagram. As you can see, I already have a tape diagram set up on my screen. So now my next step is I'm going to look at the denominator. The denominator tells me how many parts I need to create. For example, look at a D. That one is going to be 6 parts of the whole, and the B is going to be 4 parts of the whole. So let me get right to it, and I'm going to use my line. So this one says that I need to have 4 parts, okay? So now, one of the things that you need to do right here, well, let me do the second one. The second one is 6 parts. So we're going to divide this one in half, and then we'll have thirds in each half, and that will give us 6 halves, okay? Now, I want you to understand is that these 6 parts represent the number 18. So let me show you. This whole tape diagram represents 18. This whole tape diagram represents 48. So I'm going to label it so you can see that number. So 48 will be in this. That one is that's a big number. That's a little too big. Let me see if I can reduce the size. Okay, there it is. And now I'm gonna just make sure it's more comfortable there. And this one, the whole thing represents the 18, which is the whole number. So I'm going to write the whole number. Actually type it. And so now that I have a tape diagram, then one of the questions that I need to ask myself is how many of these 18s go into each of these groups? Okay, and there are a couple of ways to solve it. Remember, one of the common ways is you can turn that is actually a multiplication, so you will write it like this. Well, let me change this size because it's too big. 20. So that will change to one fourth times 48. Okay, that will be 48, and that will be. We could give the 48 a 1 because remember, for a whole number always has a 1 under it. When you do the math on this one, it's going to be 48 over 4. And this is a division. So if you look at your place value chart, let me open the place value chart here. Let's see, no, I'm not going to waste time on that one. Anyways, okay, so this is a division, but this is somewhat simple because the 4 can go into each of those numbers once. So that division will be something like this. It will look like this, 48 divided by 4, okay? So the 4 goes into the 4 once. 1 times 4, that's a multiplication symbol here, equals 4, and the remainder is, from this subtraction, is 0. Your next step is to lower the 8th. And now you ask yourself the same question with this small division. How many groups of 4 can you create out of 8? And the answer is 2. So 2 times 4 equals 8. And we do this process to show that the remainder is going to be either, in this case, it's going to be 0. So now we know that the answer for this problem is 12. And the way to check is that the answer is 12. Let me just highlight the answer. So the answer is 12, which means that inside of each of these groups, there should be 12 parts, 12 things, or 12 stars, whatever the set is. So if this was 48 pencils, then each group will have 12 pencils, and that will be the answer. Okay. Okay, my friends. So now we're gonna set up the multiplication again. So it's gonna be 2 over 6 times the 18, and remember, we're gonna make the whole fraction by placing a 1 under it, and that's gonna be 2 times 6, 18 equals 36. That's gonna be divided by 6 times 1 equals 6. And the total for this is going to be, let's create a division. That is 36 divided by 6. So 36 divided by 6. So if you know that 6 times 6 equals 36, then the answer for this the quotient for this division is 6. 6 times 6 equals 36. And as you can see, the 36 and the 36, and they're going to cancel each other out, and now there is a 0. So the answer for this problem is 6. Okay, so now I want you to think about this. So 2 sixes out of 18 equals 6, which means you have to go back to this fraction. So which means that two of these fractions, which means these two right here equal 6. All right, so those two must equal 6 because we have two of them. Okay, so that means if they both equal 6, then each of them must be 3. Okay, and then you can check this to see if it's true. 3 plus 3 equals 6, plus 3 equals 9, plus 3 equals 12, plus 3 equals 15, and plus 3 equals 18, which is the number right above. This one right here is a little different. So if you look at, let's say I, 2/5 of a number is 14. So let's create a tape diagram here, okay? Tape diagram, we need this. Here's a tape diagram. It says that we have how many parts? Okay, we have 5 parts, okay? Let's create the parts. Choose a line, and we're gonna see if we can make even segments. So that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's pretend they're all even. So that's 5 groups, okay? And what that means is that, okay, so now we know that 2/5, okay? So because these are 5 parts, so this is going to be, let's see, so this is okay, let's just do this. These two right here, it's 2/5. 2 out of 5, that means 2 groups out of 5. And the total for those 2 groups is 14. So that equals 14. Now, if you are a good learner of mathematics, these are 2 groups. So that means 14 is divided into 2 groups. So how many times the 7, that's 2 goes into the 14? 7 times. And 7 times 2 equals 14. And we write the 14 right below the 14, that is the dividend. And now we subtract, and they're going to cancel each other out. So our answer is 7. The quotient is 7, which means that each of these equals 7. Okay. Now, that's part 1. Okay. Follow the logic and you'll see. So this is part 1. 7 plus 7 equals 14. Now, we're missing that total number. We are missing how much is the whole thing. So what do? Well, if you think about this, each group is 7, so you got 7 in each of them. So what is 7 times 5? 7 times 5 will equal, so the answer for this problem will be 35. 35 is the set overall, the set. So remember, that's what we were missing in this problem. All right, watch the video again and enjoy learning. Your coach, Mr. Magnus, leaving the scene so you can get your work done. Signing out.